Here at Citizen Television, here with three veterans in the business, folks. We're remembering former President Daniel Arap Moi as we get ready for the official funeral ceremony next Tuesday at Nyayo National Stadium. And then on Wednesday, the burial at his Kabarak home. But in the studio tonight, joining me are people who remember him fondly, remember him in all sorts of ways. From my extreme left, Yusuf Washira, veteran photographer. In the middle, the man in the middle who looks a lot like the former president. He says, okay. Lee Njiru, former press secretary and a journalist as well. And right here next to me, Motegi Njau, also former veteran journalist by the way, these three guys combined, we're talking about 100 years. I was wrong, I take it back. It's 100 years of service, if you will. 30 years for Yusuf, 42 years for Lee, 30 plus years for Motegi. Do the math. That's 100 years. So these folks are the real vets. By the way, gentlemen, Mercy Oburu says a big hello to all of you.
Oh, sure.
Yes, nice girl.
Yes.
We acknowledge.
She was my colleague.
She was your colleague?
Yeah.
She covered you guys and
Yes. She's a very nice lady, very hardworking also.
Very
very thorough in her
Very
job.
thorough.
Yes.
Did she give you a hard time in her time?
Oh, well.
She tried.
You take me on at your own peril. And she knows it.
Well, you would say the same thing. This man, you don't take this man on, huh? He's no nonsense.
Mr. Lee Njiru and Motegi Njau, when it comes to work, no nonsense.
Seriously?
You must deliver, you like it or not.
Okay, does that mean that the journalism of today, has it changed from in your time? Because, these guys were thorough. You don't mess around. There's no typos, there's no mistakes. Everything had to be double-checked, triple-checked if possible.
I'm afraid the standards have gone down drastically.
Yeah.
But not only in journalism. Even lawyers, even if you see them arguing, even the judiciary, everything has gone down. You see, if I take a newspaper today and read with a pen,
yes,
I will throw it to the editor.
Because there's too many typos, right?
Too many, even facts.
Even facts. Simple facts. Stuff you can look up.
Yes.
Nobody bothers.
Yes. It's terrible. But anyway, there are many facts.
Yeah.
The training is not there. The proliferation of media houses.
Yeah.
TV station, I don't know how many radio stations.
Yeah.
So and there's no concomitant training. And then no mentorship.
Yes.
So you have guys, and then employment, the employment aspect of it. You have comedians in the radio.
Yeah.
You have all kinds of people.
Slay queens and slay kings.
And again,
yes.
You see, wherever I go to, I wonder. Nobody these days knows how to spell the word accommodation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They write with a single M. Nobody knows how to write the word dining, eating. Yeah. They write double N.
Dinning.
It means noise making. Actually, I tell you, they do not even know how to write inoculation.
Yeah.
They put in double N instead of single N, inoculation.
And it's simple.
They cannot even write the word bougainvillea.
I can't write. How do you write bougainvillea?
I'm telling you.
No, you're right, Lee. You're so right.
Yes.
It's simple tense or language or spelling.
Yes.
Spelling.
Yes.
Which is very unfortunate because most phones these days have
spell check.
Computers.
Spell check.
Spell check. I don't know why. Even the pronunciation themselves, they're pronouncing once.
Yes.
And
they pronounce it wrong.
Wrong. Exactly.
Yusuf, what are you saying?
It's rather sad, because, for example, in our days, we would cover the safari rally using a regular car, and a notebook, a biro, and a tape recorder, small tape recorder. Yeah. And that's it. And
you're writing in longhand.
And then after that, if you have to file, because the editor gives you a schedule of filing the story. So when you get to when you finish the first competitive section, you must file.
Yes.
And these sections are known. So therefore, what happens? The reporter has to file the story within a time schedule. And that reporter does not have the technology the instrument,
Yeah.
like you have today.
Yeah. So you get to corner Baridi.
You get to Konabaridi and you have to,
Look
with
for a
your
pop-box.
driver,
Yes.
look for the nearest booth.
Phone booth. Yeah.
Again, the more remote you go, the more the post office is controlling you. And every post office operator has to make sure the line, 2 lines probably the most, unless you are in provincial. 2 lines are clear. One is for the PC, provincial commissioner.
Right.
That is equivalent to a governor.
Yes.
The other one is his deputy, that's the DC. That line must be clear all the time. So that when a reporter gets there and you have to call the operator, you are told just hold on. So you can only file after the government machinery has communicated, because the communication in the country was that wanting.
Yes.
That's number one. That's the reporter. Sometimes, if not most cases, you get a booth, the operator is no problem, but the booth is not functional. Now,
And you
let's
have
talk
to ask
about
for a
pictures.
reverse call.
A reverse call again. And the news editor has to. The
You know,
news
half the
editor has
people
to know.
watching don't even
because it's
understand what a
expensive.
reverse call is.
The reverse call. I think Safaricom has started.
Yeah,
it
they've
now.
started
Yes,
now.
please
The
call
reverse
me.
call. Please
Yes.
call me.
Yes.
The other person pays.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what now.
reverse call.
That's what the reporters,
On the
all
landline.
reporters on the
Yes.
landline were doing. So because of expenses, the news editor has to approve the expenditure.
Yes.
That's now filing your story on phone. For us who are dealing with images, we were using analog material. That's the film.
Was that the same with Moi? Was that the same?
Yes.
It was the same.
Yes.
Filing, sending
Yes,
pictures.
I'm talking about
How would
that
you send
period.
your pictures?
That's exactly what I'm explaining. My reporter, me and the reporter and the driver, the first thing we must look for is a facility called a booth. After we got that one, we'll leave him struggling there. Me and the driver will have to go to the nearest market to look for a matatu. And then wait for that matatu,
Going.
to fill in, going towards your direction, that's Nairobi, wherever you are in this country. And then sweet talk the driver. Excuse me, my name is Jeff Koinange from Royal Media.
Yeah.
This is my tape.
Yeah.
Please, can you take it for me to the station? And is it
Or a
what
film.
time? Yeah, or film. What time are you leaving? Well, we are waiting for one more passenger, then we leave. How many hours? How long will it take you to?
Yes, to get to Nairobi.
Roughly 2-3 hours. Okay, fine. Here you are. The material must be ready. All the captions in a paper, in an envelope.
And who is he
addressed
going
your
to give it to? Will someone?
This is the point. So after you have made that arrangement, you have to call your news editor
And say, there's a matatu
here I
arriving
am
at Old
in
Nation
Samburu.
Center.
Here I am in Samburu.
Yes.
That vehicle is expected X point
Good Lord.
at such time, and we were beating the deadlines.
Huh?
We were meeting the deadlines.
You mean there was no Wi-Fi?
Please give me a break.
I'm kidding you, sir. I'm kidding.
Okay.
And you
Okay.
met the deadline.
And we did. Yeah.
Go, Lee.
To support him,
Yes.
in the presidential press,
Yes.
we also have the same problem. We are in Busia. I used to do relay. I used to put one car in Busia, another car in Nakuru, so that this one comes at high speed, then hands over the material
To the Nakuru car.
to the Nakuru car, and then drive it to Nairobi.
And it's all
And then
filmed,
later-
right? It's filmed.
Yeah, it's
Later, I had now to go to see Moi. I told him, we killed one person, one officer died. Hiroda Odera.
On the road.
On the road, bringing the material.
Bringing the material.
So I told him, Moi, we are going to finish our people.
Yeah.
So that is the time now I started using police aircraft to come to Busia. And then again, when they fly the material to Wilson Airport,
Yeah.
from Wilson Airport to Voice of Kenya, it can take 2 hours because of traffic. So now I had to liaise with the police headquarters.
And tell them there's this material.
This material is coming. Now we had a motorcycle rider, police.
Good
At one
Lord.
time.
Yes.
What, how about you?
No,
Mudari?
no.
Go on.
To finish Jero's story,
Yes.
you see, Moi's pictures must appear in the front page.
Have to be on the front page.
That's what I was going to explain.
Yes.
So you
And if they don't, what if they don't, Mutegi? What if they don't?
How do you explain Moi's story or Moi's picture, not in the front page? How?
And the Voice
And
of
he
Kenya
had a
must be
function.
the first item.
Where?
Yeah, the first,
Well,
the second,
yes.
the third, the
Yes.
fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh.
Yes.
Yes.
That's now the story.
They must. You must wait. So you hold your pages.
So what do you do? I mean, what if that film doesn't arrive?
Then there'll be an excuse because they didn't bring. But you must wait. You must wait.
Would Moi call and say, "Wapi bija yangu"?
No.
He won't call, but
indirectly.
Nyamboki used to call.
What one time?
They ask
At one time.
They will ask. They definitely question.
Lee would ask, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, I would ask.
Just
Would
to
ask.
support.
Yes.
What happened?
If not him,
If there was a problem, genuine problem,
Yeah.
you would understand.
Yes.
Yeah. But then, if you get the material in time,
Yes.
it must be front page.
yes.
Or if it is Voice of Kenya, the first item.
Hold on, Yusuf. No, hold on.
That's no order of precedence.
No, help me out here. What if President Moi and you guys are sitting in Kabarak or Nakuru or somewhere, right? And the news comes up, VOK, and he's not the first item. What does he do?
He'll ask me
He'll say,
to check what happened.
Yes.
If it is Jao, it will be me and him.
Yes. Yes. That's
Are you serious?
That's life
Yes.
lived.
so you would call Jao and say, Jao, what the hell happened?
Listen,
Yes.
newspapers they are taken by road.
Yes.
If they are late, nobody will buy. It didn't matter. As long as Moi's picture is not done.
Yes.
You wait at
Okay.
Even if your newspaper is late,
Yeah.
you get to Mombasa,
Yeah.
you have to wait.
Mutegi, did Moi ever call you directly?
Oh, no, he once.
Huh?
He once called me. It's a very sad story.
Go on.
We were writing a story about corruption
Oh, really?
in Western Kenya, Bungapa particular. There was a minister called Elijah Mangari.
Mangale.
There was fertilizer which was supposed to be given to farmers, sugarcane farmers. They corrupted and they sold it with his friend. So we are writing that story. Somehow, Moi and the years. One Saturday morning, did he not call me? The news desk, he didn't know he was calling.
Landline.
The landline, of course, there were no other lines. There were no other lines. He called the
Analog.
They called the direct line to the news editor.
Yes.
I picked him. And he asked me who I am. I said, I'm the news editor. My name is Tegi Job. Then he asked,
Did you know who it was?
yes, of course, I knew it was Mo. Who doesn't? Mo is no Moi's voice. Akanambia, hii historia ya waziri wangu nasikia mnaandika. Ni historia gani? Mnaandika sera ya waziri wangu. Mnachafua jina yake. I tried to explain to him that we are writing a story not about the minister, but about the corruption and the fertilizer. He hung up. Sooner or later, he called again. I called Wangethi Mwangi. I told, he's the boss, he was the managing editor. I told Mwangethi, the president is calling.
You deal with him.
I try also to explain to him that we are writing a story about Mangari and the sugar, the fertilizer, the sugar. Did you know what happened later on? So that later, 2 weeks later, we are thrown out of parliament. The nation formed a committee, a board committee, to investigate why we were rude to Moi.
Oh my God.
There was a board formed to establish how we answered Moi. The conclusion of the board was this: if Moi ever calls, we should never talk to him. Just tell him, give him the managing director or managing editor or some boss, not us.
Lee, let me ask you this. How come you limited interviews to the former president with the press? Why did you limit them so much? I mean, he hardly gave any interviews.
Yes, because interviewers were insincere.
Oh.
Because they would come and get a very good interview, then we would preview the interview, and then they would intercut, and then put very, very nasty insert. Yes.
I don't agree with that though, because I remember I interviewed the former head of civil service when they were celebrating 10 years of Moi, and they built the thing at the Urpa.
Yes, that Rungu thing with the fist, yes.
Then I asked the head of civil service, why are you building that thing to celebrate 10 years of Moi? And he said, that thing cannot be destroyed by any earthquake. Then I asked him, incidentally, we are supposed to ask a question which you asked before. That is press conference. If you okay? Me, I didn't. I never used to do it, and then I never did it. So, do you know what happened? After that interview, They couldn't, the tapes that you can't cut, they were analog, you could not cut, although it was not live, it was recorded, but you could not cut that interview.
Right. So it went?
It went. From that day, I only went to KBC last year in November. I was banned from appearing there. I've never entered that place. Since then.
No, wait a second. Was your picture at the gate and they said, this man cannot enter here?
No. They were not to invite me. And I could not go there for that interview.
Really?
Press conference ended that day.
Lee, you guys were tough, eh? You guys were tough. Yusuf, hold on, before we go to break, is there a picture that you took of the old man that Lee or them they didn't like? Was there a picture that wasn't so
for me, there is none, because I took advantage of the information that the foreign media preferred or liked to portray the president in the most
negative
picture, both by story,
unflattering, if you will,
and the actual picture, the actual image. They were not using the best to represent an African elder, an African father. They weren't doing that.
Yeah.
So as an individual, I took it upon myself, I must get the best picture.
Was it tough covering him, Yusuf?
Yes,
was it tough?
It was very, very difficult, but you had to. With people like Mutegi Njauze and other editors of The Nation, you had no choice. You had to wade between Lee Njiro's protocol, then the security network, and then the deadline and the function. You had to do that. It was very...
But okay, was it difficult getting through? I mean, like you said, Lee with protocol, security, I mean, that security...
With Lee, on my case, I always explained myself, how are you? And I behaved within... You see, physically, when you're covering any president in the world, physically you're not supposed to obstruct the movement, the flow, and what.
Yeah, you're supposed to be like a fly on the wall almost.
Exactly. Yes. So I had mastered that. Now, what the problem was now the security people. So there are times when it's really the crucial picture, or you are done. There was a time you had to, you have to push, and you have to accept that push. Because was it just a push? Will they grab your, your goods, your stuff? They are so well trained. What they will do, one will pull you backwards,
or step on your feet,
yes, and the other one is covering the lens. So you have three obstructions.
You see, Jeff. My brother Mutegi here.
Yes.
Is very economical with the truth.
Go.
Remember?
Yes.
About 1997. Moi went to Cambaranet to present his nomination papers for the seat of Baringo Central. He was being challenged by a guy called Amos Kandie. Now, BBC, German television, Reuters, Middle East News, all of them, they trooped to Cambaranet. Do you know why they came to Cambaranet? Because they thought Amos Kandie would be torn to pieces by more security. But then I knew their mindset. Very early in the morning, I went to Mr. Moi's suite. I stood outside. He opened the door, and then he saw me. He was startled. He said, "What is it?" I told him, "Mzee, I want to see you." I told him, "Mzee, last night at Singoro Hotel, I gave supper to BBC, correspondent, to television, all of them. Your Excellency, they have not come here to cover you presenting nomination papers. They have come to cover your security people tearing Amos Kandie to pieces for challenging you."
Yes.
Mzee, what do we have? We have money. We can block sunlight with helicopters here. We can buy 1,000 motorcycles. We have the money. We have the wherewithal. Mzee, tell your security not to touch that man.
What did he say?
He told me, okay, leave it to me. But then, he did not want people to know that we had talked.
Yeah.
So he told me to go ahead. So, mid-breakfast, he said, wapi mtu yangu ya security iko hapa? Na wapi OCPD? I'm here, sir. This Kadia man is talking in Swahili. He should not be touched. Look for him, escort him, give him security. I want him to present his papers unmolested. You know, they were taken aback.
But you see,
Listen, after Musa presented his papers,
Yes.
Gandhi was coming in. He greeted him. He told him, young man, if you have done something good for the Baringo people, they will elect you. If not, I am sorry. Ask him, Moirori, of Reuters.
Yes.
They almost dropped their cameras. BBC, they said, oh no. They did not cover. You know why?
Because there was no violence.
there was no
There was
event.
no violence.
There was no event.
They wanted to depict Moi internationally as a dictator.
There was no
As a
news.
person,
No news.
as a person who was intolerant.
Yes.
So when I tell Mutegi Jao here, that these people were evil.
I agree with him partially, but if you see,
Partially? Why not
but
entirely?
you see, if had he not gone to Moi in the morning
Yes.
and told him,
Yes.
No, but
That guy would have been torn to pieces. Would have been torn to pieces. If you hadn't
Without
gone.
his knowledge.
If you hadn't gone.
Without his knowledge.
With or without his knowledge.
But Zero, I've gone with him all over the world covering Moi.
Yes.
Oko, the late Oko.
Yes.
He used to call me every time they would go out. He used to call me, Mara, is your passport ready? I say, it's ready.
Yeah.
Then I knew there is a trip. Then go. We went, for instance, I went to Iran.
Yes.
I meant my stories.
Yes, Tehran, yes, yeah.
Thailand.
No,
Tehran.
Oh, Tehran.
Tehran.
Yes.
I've covered my story and filed through his call.
Wow.
Direct, I left and call. It's Nairobi post office, GPO Nairobi. Please give me nation. Through his father's, he was good. He was very good at protecting.
Mutegi, let me ask you real quick. The most memorable trip abroad, was it the Buckingham Palace? Was it the White House? Was it the wall in China? The most memorable?
I think it's the China one.
Really?
The China was because it was there was an incident. Chinese people are very clever. We went to the wall of China,
Yes.
and there was an incident, another one, private one. We went to the Great Wall to see. We had a driver and a Chinese escort, tour guide. You know, there was an accident in that matatu we were driving. Do you know those guys started to speak Swahili?
What?
Yes, we didn't know.
The driver and the
Yeah,
escort?
They started dressing in Swahili, telling us, cool, there's no problem.
What?
And I think the president, when he went away, when he went to these trips, during that time, they were very fruitful. Although there were some people who needed not go there.
Yeah.
But when he came back and wrote positive stories about the country and about the negotiations and about the conclusion of whatever, I used to write very positive, very good stories.
Yes.
That's why he would call like me. He used to call me Mera, that passport. And Jiro was facilitating that.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right. I'm going to ask.
To support what he was saying.
Yes.
Now,
Were you at the
remember,
China wall? Were you at the wall?
Yes, we went to the wall.
Of course.
Now, those days, I don't know whether it is still there. Beijing Institute of Foreign Languages. If people from Nigeria are visiting Beijing,
Yes.
you are given drivers and escorts who speak Hausa
Good Lord. Or Yoruba.
or Yoruba.
You don't know.
If you are from, but they are told to pretend that they do not know. Because my driver never spoke English. The following day, he spoke English. I asked him, why did you speak yesterday? He told me, yesterday I had no permission. He told me this language is not ours.
Did you ask? Yeah. Did you ask him if he speaks?
The language is not ours. It belongs to the Chinese government.
Yes.
You use it when you are told to.
Use it.
Did he speak Kiembu as well?
No. Do you know my community? Do you know how many we are? 350,000 people.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Who will learn Keyembu? 350,000 people. Have you ever seen a book in Keyembu?
No.
Somebody called Professor Marika Pesha.
Yeah.
He wrote a few books.
About the history of Embu.
No bias.
Let's take a break. So much more ahead. This is 100 years of history right here, folks. I'm telling you, there's no better history lesson than right here on Jeff Koinange Live. Keep tweeting. We're going to get to your tweets in a moment, and also other memorable moments of former President Daniel Arap Moi. Jeff Koinange Live takes a break. We'll be back in a moment.